get this recruiting squared away. What is that? Oh, the special jerseys. They got the number 1 and number 2 recruits in the country coming to TexASS. Yep. I know there's some wild names, right? You can edit names. Yeah. Well, it's just it's what's his name? Must be out of the loop. Not good enough. Sorry, see ya. I never even heard of that guy. Tony is looking very diet shakish. The problem is his bad ones are, yeah. Yeah, they actually, somehow they are.
And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road.
I mean, on the plus side, he's kind of moving along with us, getting the contracts done, which I think that's helping because we had all 4 people working that.
Taking on another team from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football.
And if you noticed, even when we were landing with other teams, all 4 of us were fucking boots on the ground, and we were coming at it. I think we came out of every single one. I don't know if there's any drop that we lost. Maybe the very first one that we did, and that was it.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So the Kansas Jayhawks will be in a hole thanks to that short return. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in this stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
Caught in the backfield. It's Alexander. Stopped after making the catch. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Unloads it left. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Jayhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week.
Hey, when you got a good stick, you got a good stick.
So TexASS offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to
Probably haters.
and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker,
Oh, really? All right, that's actually a huge red flag.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what a normal even number is, actually, to compare it to.
He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space.
Got some room into the goal line.
Oh, my God.
Across the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. I'll try to power it in. And he
Or
takes
never
it
chatted.
for a score. Touchdown, Texas! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Kansas offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Well, there was something the quarterback liked in the pre-snap there, thinking his primary target was going to have a favorable matchup, but the defense did a nice job disguising that look. They got more bodies over to him and forced the incompletion.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And the Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He looks that one in nicely. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. It's complete. They get him down after he makes the catch. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12.
Got it. Somebody got hurt.
Expanded. The quality of this conference has gotten
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He is down at the 1. A terrific run
Underneath,
after the
baby.
throw and catch.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's on his way. He'll go home.
That's no fun.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin,
Senior citizen status, or 65. Think Steve Cohen gives him the seniors discount?
You went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits. It's what happened today,
Oh.
and the rest of college football should take notice. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. Running it back, it's Little.
You saw that shit?
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the trying to beat the D deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds. You can live to play another day here on this drive.
He's going to pass.
Wasn't a great one.
He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
You got to give the O-line a
Was
lot of
not
credit
the
because it
great
gave the
one.
receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield.
Meanie.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Makes the catch. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the
The drag route?
See where the holes in the zone are?
I run it really shallow.
A little bit of yards on this third down, get the conversion, move.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Was he?
Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective.
I run.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open.
I run those drags intentionally very shallow, so even if somebody's playing like in the flat, right, exactly, or at least there's that, and then I bank on the speed to be able to like outflank them.
To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really
Yes, so you could have
That's right.
it's called custom stemming.
All cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been
What the fuck?
They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll run it from the gun. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. Gets it
That was a bad defense.
yard line, and that's a first down. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill. DBs and receivers, and it worked out this
Bad, yeah, it was caught me in a bad formation.
Just get your hand on the
No
football,
denying that.
bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. Goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback checking off. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Looking for a huge play. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Longhorn! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from it, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense?
I don't know. I was thinking I might have got that.
Turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball.
Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Oh,
Reacted
come
well
on.
to the
Take
tip
that
and just
off.
couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the sack all the way back at the 5. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He's got great speed. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him and forced the incompletion.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Snags it over the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Ooh.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Now they'll try the right side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And it'll be a touchdown.
It was.
Ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, the last drive.
It's hard to get on the road.
Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. From the gun. Give on the inside. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Defense in press coverage. On third down, going up top. Going to try to get it himself. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. The Jayhawks will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And here comes the Texas offense back.
Go for another bomb here.
They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out.
He'll take the deep shot. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Longhorns will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Pushes ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Oh, this is a steamroll.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Virginia Tech delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Logan Thomas, Tyrod Taylor, and the great Michael Vick used to do it. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give to the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And that ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Leaves it with the back. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. The football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st, an array of possibilities here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Hands it off. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Stuffed it.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses.
Actual Bitcoin?
A boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can do.
You gotta be shit.
We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This is a 3rd and long. They'll leave it with him. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Jayhawks send out the punt unit. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Here comes the Texas offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time.
Going over the top. Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. A huge
That guy
play
just
there
runs
to
by
get us inside
everybody.
The 20 at the 19. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Using his feet to buy time. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And he'll be out of bounds just short of the goal line. But, man, are they in business now. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The snap sets up the throw. He makes the connection.
Oh, man.
The stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere there today in Lawrence. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's kick it back to the guys at Kansas Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for... Kevin, just about set for the second half kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Off play action on first down. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now, on the year for him.
Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Running to the left. Steamrolls his way ahead. Just keeps moving. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Yeah, that's really good.
You know, this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football.
That's
You've
fast.
got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
I know.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. He's got his man. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Longhorns are on the move. Comes out throwing on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. The sweep feet buy a little time.
Well, this defense
That's
knew
a lot
they
of
had to
sacks
get
they're
off to a
getting
fast start
also.
here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
He's loose at the 15. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. Saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And it
Oh
just
my God.
through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The
Got lucky
Jayhawks
there.
line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fair catch is called for and made just across the
Lucky
50-yard
as shit on that one.
line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Now the toss. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's got to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. going with the ground game left. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw it. He caught it. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Illinois went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Illini ever do that? A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give from the gun. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A confident,
It's okay.
efficient run.
Trading yardage, as Tony would say, yardage for time.
Energy, it's about passion, it's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him in the ground.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll run the toss. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They'll throw it on 1st down. He uncorks one deep. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
It's so frustrating on the defense. I mean, you got great initial coverage. You understand 3rd and short. The ball might come out fast, and then what does the quarterback do? Scrambles around, buys time. gets the first down pretty
I know.
easily.
It was a Hail Mary.
Fresh set of downs and a new fresh set of problems.
Turns it on in midfield. They finally make the stop, but the big run is
Gotta keep my shutout going here.
for the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Jayhawks will punt this one away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the left side. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments.
Throwing the game?
Something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over 100 on the game, but his defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stop
No.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, this offense is going to try to run the ball again.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Makes his connection. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is. Make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Off he goes. And And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Touchdown, Texas! And the pummeling has started. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Points, and more points.
I actually thought I called a handoff on that play. That's why I like kind of stopped like that.
Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every
I know.
play, because they're going to disrupt.
I did an inside spin, swim.
His career, 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
And the Jayhawks decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And, David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
The officials offer the deal.
I know, that wasn't a very nice call.
They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. He breaks a tackle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores, but keep the foot on the accelerator. Nice job. Another big play down the field for this offense.
Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They'll go to the ground. Fights off a defender. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Bullshit.
Exactly where they mark this, but it looks as if they're going to be a few inches short of the first down. And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
Oh.
Pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day.
And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the sealing touchdown.
And some people might say they should have taken a knee, run the clock out. This offense believes, I'm going to run the football. It's your job to stop it. And they add a rushing touchdown and another 6 to the score.
I got one CPU game, next sim, and then I got a user game.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his
Oh,
way through
that's
the windshield, and
gonna.
they did splatter them.
It's honestly, it's like that. It's awkward. It's like when I play Tommy.
Their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases.
Very awkward.
Just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you. Put up a bunch of points and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
My quarterback. Yardage. I think I got a couple first round picks on this team. Let's see what it says. My running back is definitely going in the first round. He's a 99 overall. Let's see what I got. Oh wow, I have no projected first round picks, but 3 second rounders, which they'll probably get bumped up to first round picks. But see the value? That shows how many, that's the very high is telling the impact that how many of it has. So like when you play the game, each one of these, and then when you're doing recruits, every recruit has like stuff that they value. Any one of these 3 things. So championship contender, program tradition, all different. And some stuff is, can change, and some stuff is static, like you can't change academic prestige, and you can't change campus lifestyle. Same, brother. Good game, gents.